Morning, students. I wanted to go over the worksheet that I gave you yesterday. Just a little confusion on just a couple things. The biggest thing was probably the sign of our h value. But anytime we go through graphing, we want to identify A, B, H, and K. So what A, B, H, and K. So again, we're going to use this equation y equals A times B x minus H plus K. So we just go through right down the line. There's my A value. My B value, my H value is opposite the sign, and then my K value. The K value will always give you your asymptote. So I know it's -3, so I can go down here, -3, and I have my horizontal asymptote. Then the 2 points that we're going to worry about is going to be H and then A plus K. This point will be closest to our vertex, so my H value is -2, so -2. And then A plus K, so 4 plus -3, so 4 plus -3, so that would be -2, 1. So I graph that point, -2, 1. And then my other point that we're using is H value plus 1, and then A times B plus K. So H plus 1, so my H value is -2 plus 1. And then my A value is 4 times my B value of 2 plus my K value of -3. So this would be -1. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus -3 is 5. So I graph the point -1, 5. As you look at it, always go down. So this point will always come down to your asymptote. And so then we're extending up from there. Okay, my domain would be all real numbers. It's going left to right. So again, we'd say domain, all real numbers. Okay, you could say from -infinity to +infinity, so you could write it that way. So you could say all real numbers. You could say +infinity, -infinity. My range starts, so it's right here at this -3. It's everything above that. So we'd say range is greater than -3. It's not equal to it. It'll never be that, but anything it's that and above. I want to go through number 2, graphing, and then we'll go over writing the equations as we look at it. So we come through here. We're going to use our same equations. So we're still going to use, let me erase this. Okay, we'll use that. We'll use that. So we want to identify A, B, H, and K. So we come through here. A is -2, B is 3, H is opposite the sign, so that's +3, and then K is 1. My K value always gives me my asymptote, so I have an asymptote at 1, +1. Then we go through to find my first point. It's my H value, 3, and then A, -2, plus my K value of 1, plus 1. So that's 3, -1. So 3, 1, 2, 3, -1 is my first point. Then my second point is my H value, 3 plus 1. There you go. And then it's A times B, so -2 times B of 3 plus -1, my K value of 1. So -2 times 3 is 6. So 3 plus 1 is 4. We can get that. -2 times 3 is -6 plus 1, -5. So 4, -5 goes like this. So then again, this is the point. My first point that we come up with is the one. It's always going to at my asymptote, and then it will come and extend from there. So that's again, my domain is all real numbers. This won't change throughout. All real numbers. Again, it's all real numbers because it's going to the left and to the right. My range is everything that's now, the graph's opening the other way, so it's everything less than, y is less than that value there, which was 1. So y is less than 1. I want to do 4 and 5 as we look at those two. So now we're given an equation and we want to go ahead and write, or I should say we're given a graph, we want to write the equation. So if I look at number 4, for example, we want to write this equation. So let me get rid of this stuff here. So we want to write this equation here. This is our goal. This is what we're trying to write. Something that looks like that. So we need to identify A, B, H, and K. So what I'm going to use, let's get rid of that and that. Okay, so first one I can say is B equals 10. So I'll take that. They give that to me. Next they say, hey, we have this horizontal line at y equals 6. So that's my K value. So that I need to know A and I need to find H. Well, the first point they give me right here, the point that's closest to that asymptote right there is -4 and 4.4. So the one that's closest to that point is, we found it by going our H value, so H, and then A plus K. So if they tell me the point is -4 and 4.4, I know what my H value is. My H value is that -4. So then all we need to do is find out what my A value is. Well, my A value plus my K value of 6 should equal this value of 4.4. So all I have to do is subtract 6, and A is equal to -1.6. Okay, so now we can write the equation. Y is equal to my A value, -1.6, times my B value of 10, to the X minus my H value of -4, so that'll be +4, and then plus 6. Again, my domain, all real numbers. And then my range for this one, the graph's going down, so it's everything that's less than that value of 6 as you go through. So that's what you're going to be going through with each one of these, is identify A, B, H, and K. In either thing that we're trying to do, what's A, B, H, and K? Once you identify those, then you can either write the equation or you come up with the points. If they give us, here's this, okay, we want to write the equation for it. I go through and identify, hey, B is equal to 2. Here I have an asymptote right here. It says at 3. That's my K value. Then it gives me the point that's closest to it is this -1 and then 5.2. So hey, that's my H value. That first point in there, that's my H. So that's -1. And then A plus my K value of 3 should equal 5.2. So then I subtract 3, A is equal to 2.2. And now I have my equation. Y is equal to my A value, 2.2, times my B value, 2, X minus my H value. My H value is -1, so it'll be +1, plus my K value, 3. Again, my domain stays the same. Because the graph's going left and right, it's all real numbers. My range for this one, it's opening up now, so it's everything that's greater than this value of 3. So I just want to point those out. It comes back to identifying A, B, H, and K with each one, and then determining, do I write my equation or do I graph my points?